Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the amazing Spider-Man Marvel Comics series that now is going to be getting a new issue 1 reboot coming up later out in 2025. So for those of you who have just basically been interested in Spider-Man as far as like the video games and the movies, Spider-Man's actual comic history, it's not like it's really complicated. It's just gone through a lot of peaks and a lot of, stagnant points. And it's also gone through a lot of down points too. So basically, a lot of people would kind of point this into the direction of the Clone Saga. That was not very popular. A lot of people, didn't really like One More Day, which was a book written by J. Michael Straczynski. So basically, long story short with that one is Peter Parker was married to Mary Jane. Aunt May gets hurt or sick or whatever, and he makes a deal with Mephisto to keep Aunt May alive for a few more months. The cost is he must give up his marriage to Mary Jane. And then there was a sequel series to that called, I think, Brand New Day, which basically just shattered on any of the continuity that you had been reading up to that point. He's out there like in clubs hooking up with broads like Charlie Sheen, who plays Charlie Harper in 2.5 Men. It's crazy shit. Now keep in mind, I've only ever learned about these stories like YouTube videos back in the day. I haven't read the stories. I'm just being honest, I haven't read the stories yet, but this is common stuff I've heard about these stories throughout the years. But at one point in Marvel Comics history, Peter Parker was married to Mary Jane and they had a daughter, and she inherited his spider powers. And I know a lot of people credit like Jonathan Hickman for doing the whole family thing with Spider-Man. It's like, no, he wasn't the first. There is a story out there where it's Peter Parker's daughter is Spider-Woman while he's married to Mary Jane. The reason why Jonathan Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man comic book series hit as hard as it did is because fans are literally so tired of Peter Parker going from the guy that can't get it right to actually finally getting the girl, everything he wants, only to just lose it all. Even if you're not a comic book fan, I'll even give you an example of this. Spider-Man No Way Home. What happened in that movie? He lost his aunt. He lost his girlfriend. He lost his best friend. Everyone doesn't remember him. Okay?
Yep.
And also, ever since he came into the MCU, just Tom Holland's version, he lost Tony Stark. Okay? He obviously just was constantly losing things through movies. And now we're at the point in No Way Home, when it's over, you're like, he's got nothing. Same thing has happened in the comic books with Peter. So recently, you guys know that I read The Amazing Spider-Man World Without Love, Volume 1. Now, keep in mind, I actually didn't hate reading it. I thought it was a fine read. Now, keep in mind, I haven't read all the issues. There's 60 issues of this series. I only read the first 5. It wasn't that bad. It was actually fine, if I'm being honest here. But the big problem that I have with the book that I highlighted in my review was the way that Zeb Wells wrote Peter Parker. His Spider-Man writing was good. The Spider-Man actually was great. The Peter Parker is the problem. So if you guys haven't watched my review, I'm just going to spoil it right here. Well, to be fair, you'll be watching it in the comic channel anyway, but nevertheless. Peter is calling Mary Jane. She has kids. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't know at this point in the series that I've read that she has kids, but keep in mind, you as the reader know that. So you as the reader know she has kids. She's with someone. Why the fuck did Zeb Wells write that Peter Parker is calling a married woman, or even if she's with this guy or whatever, to break up their happy home? Why can't Peter just get with Black Cat? Why can't he just get on rooftops and lick her fucking wet, hairy kitty pussy for like hours? Why? Why is Peter doing this? This is ridiculous.
They're never going to put him with Mary Jane.
You're gonna write a story. If you're going to write a story where she moves on, cool. Why can't he be happy too? Can he move on without her? I don't even care if he's with her. Give him someone else.
They wouldn't do that. They would never make him happy. That's the thing. That was kind of, they've said flat out that he can't be with Mary Jane, and that's enough to kind of just keep, in all honesty, with all the shit that they've always done. After I saw that Marvel editorials like, oh, they can be friends, but they can never be together. That is a massive go fuck yourself to everyone who grew up reading Spider-Man and Mary Jane like myself. It's like, you know what? Good. Then I'm just I don't need to buy Marvel.
We're gonna touch on that. Actually, you know what's crazy? We'll like lightly touch on that. That's another thing for another video. But just to pretty much go over what he just said, Marvel's editorial team, I think it was Nick Lowe, that's the editor right now for the Spider-Man comics.
He is Lowe.
He basically put out an interview where he basically said, Mary Jane and Peter Parker, if you wanted them to get married and have kids, like basically in that other Ultimate Spider-Man comic series, yeah, you're not getting that. He said it's more challenging to write stories when they're not together than they're with together. It's like, okay, even if that's the logic,
Jonathan Hickman's doing it.
Even if that's the logic, why can't he be happy with someone else then? Why?
Yeah.
Why can't he get another girl? Why is it that? Okay, so I can't be with Mary Jane. I just can't get no bitches then. What in the fuck? Holy shit, Marvel! Fuck! What logic is that? That's the worst logic ever.
They hate him. Okay? That's the logic.
You can't have this bitch. And in the Zeb Wells series, it doesn't make sense for Peter to have her because she has 2 kids with another guy. Like, I don't want Peter breaking up a happy home. Give him another girl. Now, and keep in mind, when I'm saying this, guys, I haven't read all the run yet. I only read the first 5 issues. I liked the book. This is like my biggest problem.
She has 2 kids. Are those her kids or are they his?
It could be.
I don't think that they're her kids. They would have said something about Mary Jane being pregnant from another dude. Marvel wouldn't have missed the chance to cuck Peter Parker even further by having it come out that some other guy literally knocked her up. Those were like,
you know what's crazy in that book? They didn't even cuck Peter as hard. They cucked her boyfriend or her man. So you know how he can't ever get it right and he can't pay his bills? There's a part in the book where the bill collector is there to like get paid. What this guy does, I think his name is Dan or whatever, fucking Zeb Wells' bitch cuck boy, he pays half of Peter's bills. Keep in mind, this is someone that is calling someone's wife or girlfriend, mother of their kids, bothering them, and then the stepdad, and then the husband is like, you know what? I'll sit there and I'll pay his bills. I have never in my life seen the level of cuckery that is. If a guy is messaging my wife or girlfriend, I am not going to pay his bills. What in the fucking hell is
because
what is that?
What they're trying to do is they're trying to basically make it super platonic between. They're trying to erase any remnant of an idea that Peter and Mary Jane were ever.
It's just Peter. The Spider-Man stuff he wrote was fine. The actual Spider-Man stuff Zeb Wells had him do in the first volume that I read. Come on, my emphasize. I only read the first volume. Spider-Man stuff was great. He was quipping. The action was good. The dialogue is fine. He's still being Spider-Man. Why is it just? It's just the Peter Parker stuff that is just. He was such an ass. He was such a dick in this book too. Keep in mind, I liked what I read. It was just the Peter Parker stuff was just so glaringly bad. You know. So, as you guys know, for the Amazing Spider-Man comic series, this is how you know Marvel is such retards. That book, that series, given how bad it could be in a lot of people's personal perceptions and word of mouth, it'll never fall out of like the top 10. Keep in mind, in this, we doing this video on the MSK show. We've been looking at the numbers for the ICV2 charts for Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man, given how bad it could be as a series, is never out of the top 10. They're rebooting Amazing Spider-Man for no reason. You could just get a new creative team, which they're going to do anyway. I don't get it. It's not out of the top 10. It's still a top 10 seller because Marvel comic fans, I'm not trying to be mean to you guys. You guys just love getting fisted in the ass. But I know most of you guys are only collecting it because it's just like for collecting purposes. You like having all the issues in order. You like having all of the run, which is fine. But like, were you rebooting here? You're rebooting for a #1 sales spike in a series that doesn't need it. This is so stupid. Yeah. I want to make sure I emphasize more. They're rebooting a series that is constantly in top 10. How much better is that going to get you? There's nothing else there. You already have the top spot. This is worthless. Makes no sense to do. Like, I don't get it. I truly just might hang myself after the decisions that these people make in the industry. It's actually just so mind-blowingly stupid. Holy crap. But here is the information that we can go over, obviously. Joe Kelly, Pepe Larraz, and John Romita Jr. relaunch Amazing Spider-Man #1. Joe Kelly, Pepe Larraz, and John Romita Jr. relaunch Amazing Spider-Man #1 in April with fresh storytelling. Bro, this is going to be the same shit over. Peter Parker can't get it right, can't get the girl, can't pay his bills.
Well, yeah, it isn't up to them. Joe Kelly has worked on Spider-Man before. This isn't his first go-round. He was part of a triumvirate of writers there when Dan Slott needed a break from sucking so hard, so he would spread it around. Spider-Man is so strictly contained by Marvel editorial that I have no hope that even a writer I used to love like Joe Kelly is going to have any impact. When people from editorial are making edicts like Mary Jane and Peter Parker and Spider-Man, whatever, will never be together, you know that Joe Kelly's influence is about that big, and any other writer they put on it is about that big. This is an editorial edict to basically shit on Spider-Man, and it's so intensely scrutinized anymore, anything that they do with them, that you're reading a book that's written by editors and committee and scripted by Joe Kelly.
And keep in mind, Joe Kelly was the guy that became famous off of writing Deadpool. But if you're looking at his recent Deadpool series that we read and reviewed on the channel, that left a lot to be desired, for being honest here. And keep in mind, this again, I think an ongoing series too. He's going to be on this book for at least like 3 years. He's not going to be on this book for like a year. He's going to be on here for a while. So
it's another
hopefully he can breathe some new light
editors
into the title. Yeah. Like John Romita Jr.'s art is fine. I don't hate it like other people do. I think it's just fine.
That's great.
It's fine. Peter Parker faces new challenges, a job search, and battling a new sinister spider villain conspiracy. Iconic Marvel artists explore Peter's world, emphasizing relatable depth and vibrant action-packed visuals. Explore bold, unexpected Spider-Man adventures with a reimagined Norman Osborn and new characters. Oh yeah, the Norman Osborn, they're gonna hope he better not be black. He wasn't black in Zeb Wells' first 5 issues. He better not be black later on. He better not be black in this. Good Lord. Joe Kelly is the man who made Deadpool into the superhero he is today. Pepe Larraz is one of the best superhero artists in the world, with House of X and Blood Hunt recently on his bed notches. What a weird thing to say. And John Romita Jr. is the co-creator of Kick-Ass and is one of the longest standing artists on Spider-Man, X-Men, Daredevil, and so much more across over 40 years, including the last 5 years with the departed Zeb Wells. Together, they are relaunching the ongoing Amazing Spider-Man comic from Marvel in April. I wonder if they'll have Peter Parker marry Mary Jane Watson. Oh, no, you're
bullshit.
You're too much.
The editors have already said that that's not happening, so they might as well all get over that fucking silly idea.
That is literally not happening because for some reason, Marvel just doesn't like this guy. They want him to be perpetually unhappy like they are with their lives.
Much.
Yeah. Lord, bed notches. What the fuck? Who writes this stuff, man? We're literally reading stuff from mentally deranged weirdos at this point.
Pretty much. That's what we have.
Marvel Comics history is made this April with the launch of a new volume of its most iconic title, Amazing Spider-Man, which doesn't need guys, this doesn't need a number 1. It's constantly in the top 10, could be in the top 5 most months. This is stupid. This might be the dumbest thing I've seen them do in a long time. They're rebooting something that doesn't even need the boost. I don't get it. The next era of the beloved series will be brought to you by celebrated Amazing Spider-Man and Deadpool scribe Joe Kelly, legendary Spider-Man artist John Romita Jr., and one of the industry's most acclaimed contemporary artist Pepe Larraz, fresh off his exemplary work on Blood Hunt and X-Men. The new Amazing Spider-Man will deliver classic Spidey storytelling with bold new horizons for Spider-Man. His supporting cast, including the recently redeemed Norman Osborn. Oh, yeah, because that's obviously great. Yeah, we want to read Spider-Man comics, just not see him be Green Goblin. Yeah, it's so fun, so interesting, you stupid fucking retards. And Peter Parker's new girlfriend, Shay. Oh, Lord, I bet she's black and talks about BLM bullshit. And the greatest super villains in all of pop culture. The new run finds Peter without a job. Man, so innovative. Haven't seen that 1,000 times in a row. Wow. And looking for gainful employment, but his job search is interrupted by a rampaging rhino who is but the tip of a sinister iceberg. Who could the villains be later on in this? Sinister. What major Spider-Man villain is working behind the scenes, weaponizing other Spider villains, including one we haven't seen in over 70 years? Also, what is that Green Goblin free Norman Osborn up to these days?
I don't want to know.
Now they're just saying random shit just to make sure people buy this book, which literally doesn't need to happen. Even though this is a new number 1, I don't think of it as a restart per se, Kelly explained to Polygon. I
mean, it isn't a restart unless you shit on continuity. It just makes no sense. You're re-number oneing the book simply to make money. Nobody cares about number ones anymore. They sell more because stores buy them, but people don't. And actually, it's funny, like you were talking about earlier with the stores for sales. I was thinking about this. When you actually go into the store and you look and see what actually is available on the shelf, even if something's outselling Ultimate Spider-Man, when I go to the comic shop to find Ultimate Spider-Man, it's not on the shelves. Even 12 issues in, it's sold out. Plenty of other Spider-Man for you to get, though. The mainline shit is all there.
Oh, remember those Miles Morales comic books that everyone... Remember that character, Miles Morales, they keep trying pushing on people? Yeah, those comics don't sell. He's never a top 10 anything. Top 20, top 30, and nothing. No one buys Miles Morales comic books.
Don't buy those.
Even his own fans don't buy his comics. Actually, that's how you know that character's only popular for games and movies. Also, this is why this is so stupid. So Joe Kelly basically just, what's that old saying back in the... He gave the game away. So he says it right here. He's not even thinking it as a restart. Then why are we rebooting to number 1 then? If it's not a restart...
No, it doesn't make any sense.
It just makes no sense. I'm writing the next chapter of the story of one of the world's greatest characters, lucky enough to follow in the footsteps of the folks before me. After that sinks in, I spend a lot of time thinking about what I love about Spider-Man and his cast, what stories resonated with me at different times of my life, and how I can synthesize all of that into something that works with what came before, but breaks new ground. I feel a drive to take bold, unexpected swings in order to see how Spider-Man deals with Marvel-sized curveballs. Pressure makes diamonds.
Can be unburdened by what has been.
So... All right. Sounds like a movie quote. It's like, I can't be burdened by what has been. I must forge forward. What are you talking about, Joe? You're writing a fucking comic book. This ain't like a battleground. What are you talking about, you moron? The most important part of Spider-Man that I wanted to portray accurately is Peter. Well, I'll be a better way than what Zeb Wells has. Larraz added, of course, I can talk about drawing a believable New York. I shot hundreds of pictures of details of the city for reference, or how I focused on drawing the flow of Spidey's movement and speed in a way closer to animation than comics. But I think Spider-Man comics work because we care about Peter and his world. So that was my main focus, to draw a Peter that you instantly recognize and empathize with. I don't think we could get Joe for a substantial run of Amazing Spider-Man. Spider editor Nick Lowe said he's always busy with animation and television and movies, so he usually just dips in and out of comics. That's why we tapped him for the 8 depths of Spider-Man. He was doing so great, so when he asked if we'd consider him for being the ongoing writer, I felt like I won the lottery, and Pepe Larraz's masterful and supersonic talent to the equation, and we knew we had the makings of an instant classic. Then John Romita Jr. agreed to stay on. Fireworks went off. Oh yeah, gay butt sex probably. I better go buy some lottery tickets. Well, that just sounded so gay. This man said fireworks went off after he got them all together. I know what that means in Hollywood. It means Diddy party.
This
is so stupid. This is actually one of the dumbest fucking things.
They could put Todd McFarlane on Spider-Man with Jeff Loeb writing or some shit, and I still wouldn't care. Marvel hates him. Why Ultimate Spider-Man exists, which is like a love note to Spider-Man fans of old, of my particular age group, the kind of people who are going to come out and buy it. It's like, hey, look, this is what you used to like about Spider-Man. This is where Spider-Man would have gone if they wouldn't have basically started fucking him during and a lot more thoroughly after the Clone Saga. This isn't new. This is decades of tearing Spider-Man down. It's, you know, I don't know who they could put on that I would give two wet shits about being there as the writer for it.
Well, it's the other thing of like
the editors.
Nick Lowe is the reason why Peter is the way he is in Zeb Wells' comic run, I would imagine, right? Because the more I dip into that run, I'll probably find more things that I don't like. But guys, Zeb Wells' run is not liked by a lot of people. I mean, it's very few people that even enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first volume, but keep in mind, that's just the first volume, and I already had massive issues with how they portrayed Peter Parker. I can only imagine it gets worse as it goes on, or it could get better. I don't know. I have to read and find out. But this is just stupid. This is cynical for no reason, because the Amazing Spider-Man comic storyline, just as that is the title, that's the mainline book for Spider-Man, doesn't dip below top 10 ever. Even when the book is perceived to be at its absolute worst, it's still a top 5 seller. So they're going to do a #1 reboot to stores to get a spike in sales for a book that's never out of the top 5. That might be the absolute dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard of in my entire life. Holy shit, you guys deserve to fail so bad. But you won't, because we're so dedicated to these fucking companies. We're still going to buy the books at some point. But good Lord, our decision's so bad. Like, Peter and Mary Jane, they can't be together because, hey, it's harder to write stories when they're together than they're not together.
Bullshit.
You fat idiot, Nick. Shut up. Go eat a fucking plate of baby dicks, you fat piece of shit. Oh my God, man. Holy crap, dude. But yeah, I'll get, the thing is, I don't know if I can even get it when it drops, because I have so much stuff to buy this year in general. I'll probably just have to wait till it gets all collected in a trade at some point anyway. Because keep in mind, is there any real reason to check out issue 1 anyway? Is there, you know? Like, John Romita Jr.'s art is, I think, good, serviceable.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. But, you know, at this point, he must have some dirt on Marvel if they keep putting him on Spider-Man. Like, this man's on everything Spider-Man related.
He likes it. I'm surprised that Marvel can afford him, frankly. You know, he's been off and on Spider-Man a good chunk of his career. And he's got such a very distinct style. Like, you've seen him drawing Peter Parker and Spider-Man repeatedly. Like, it's almost iconic anymore, his art on Spider-Man. And his art is fine. And the art isn't the problem with the comics these days. It's Spider-Man. You know, it's the story due to the editor's edicts with Spider-Man, where the actual writers don't really have a lot of good say-so.
The writers are just like, people accuse Kevin Feige of doing for the MC movies is like casting directors. Writers at this point, if you're on the Spider-Man title, the Amazing Spider-Man, you're just casted as a writer. Does Joe Kelly really have any influence over what he can really do if he wanted to do with Peter?
Nope. He can't do anything he wants. He's got guidelines that he's got to stay inside of. Like that, whoever wrote that thing about him getting, maybe Spider-Man and Mary Jane will get married. They already fucking did. And Marvel Editorial destroyed it. They killed their baby off panel at the end of Revelations. They
had a gravy train right there when he was married, when his daughter was Spider-Woman. They had a gravy train right there. They just don't want to see this guy happy.
That was a different universe altogether, basically. And she was really popular. Every time that they've managed to drop children into Peter Parker's lap, it actually performed well. The Spider-Girl book back in the day from, what was it, like Marvel 2 or whatever they were calling the universe, that one survived well past the collapse of the rest of the universe because people enjoyed Mayday Parker so much. She was probably one of the better written, more interesting female iterations of Spider-Man that have been out there. and she had a lot of
May Parker
fans that appreciated her. Yeah, Mayday Parker is what they called her. She was Spider-Girl. The Spider-Girl book went on for quite a while. All but forgotten is the character now because they don't want anybody to remember or correlate or put together.
I want to ask
Peter
you guys,
Parker and Mary Jane with children.
The last thing I will touch on for this video is, why do you guys think the Amazing Spider-Man book by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto sold so well? The response from the announcement of him being married with kids was so big. People that I don't even care for their opinion on comic books were like, man, this W is so big, I gotta take a knee. Like, people were like going crazy. Why do you think that book sold so well? Because they gave the fans what they wanted. Yeah, to be fair, it's not in the main universe. It's not, but people are literally taking what they can get right now. Because that's how desperate they are for Peter to be happy. That's all they want, Peter to be happy, have some progression in his life. How many more storylines can we go through where this guy is struggling, can't get it right, underdog? Like, bro, at some point, that is going to be so played out.
Yeah, like, dude, this is the thing that I never got. If he was always, he should be a shining example of what people can be, and people can, a hero and everything else. It's like, except, like, never could you put together such a shining example of what heroism is, and someone who's so completely, constantly fucked up in their life. And I get that, it's the sacrifice he makes to save everybody and be Spider-Man and this and that. And I'm like, only because you write it that way. It's a fucking comic book, for fuck's sake. It's a fantasy story. Batman is fucking Bruce Wayne, and guess what? Guy's still fine. Peter Parker can't find, like, just a regular, steady fucking job and, like, work his life out and shit.
Why is he still taking pictures for the Daily Bugle? Yeah, why is he still taking pictures for the Daily Bugle?
In a day where you've got, like, everything, like, everybody working from home, you've got so many people doing side hustles and shit. He's a pseudo tech genius that they've brought up more than once with him. It's like, you're telling me this guy who's super bright and intelligent, who's not ugly, who's fit and in shape, who's got good moral standing, who's understands the difference between right and wrong, he can't figure his fucking life out? You're fucking kidding me. That's one of the things that took me out of it the most. I'm like, they clearly hate him. There's no way somebody with which they give all of these very particular attributes to is constantly incapable of keeping a relationship together, a job, his life, his ability to pay his fucking bills. Like, we're all tired of it. Nobody fucking cares for this loser this constantly making him basically be a loser in his real life and barely competent, and then, like, a great superhero as Spider-Man. I'm like, it doesn't jibe, it doesn't play, it just sucks. It just sounds like shit.
Yeah,
fuck it.
We're just at the point now where basically, if you eat out my ass, we'll have a great time making that comic book. We'll call it Ass Eating #1. We'll give that a #1 start this year. Would that be good?
I'm sure they've already made that comic somewhere. It's an indie comic, I guarantee you.
Yeah, it's
Ethan's got a campaign launching on it in like 2 weeks, man. You're already way behind.
All right, so yeah, man. Closing thoughts and opinions on Amazing Spider-Man reboot #1 issue coming out later this year. You don't care. You're not buying it.
I'm not buying it. It's not going to be a reboot. It's going to be the same shit.
It's just a renumbering at this point.
It's a renumbering. The creative team, the art will get better. John Romita's art will be fantastic. The story will be the same, lackluster. Peter Parker is a loser who can't figure his life out, and Spider-Man is constantly tortured and beat up, and one of his supervillains we're going to bring back somebody that's from 70 years ago, and we're going to deconstruct them and help you understand their motivations, so you realize that they were never really that bad at all.
This is how you know that Zeb Wells' run ends up so stupid. Why in the fucking hell would I want to look at a redeemed Norman Osborn? Why would that be enticing?
Didn't he basically rape a nearly underage Gwen Stacy and impregnate her?
Allegedly.
I mean, you want to talk about other shitty components of, like, the guy fucking threw her off a bridge when she was in her early 20s after knocking her up and stealing the kids. Like, fuck all of that shit.
Oh, I hate it. Holy crap. If he's black,
it's
I
so
swear
bad.
to God, I'll get a rope and I'll end it. I can't live in life anymore like that.
He is
I
in
can't.
the new cartoon, Norman Osborn.
Yeah,
is
I
black.
saw that. We saw. Yeah, they did the whole, I'm something of a naga myself. They actually did it. You gotta give them balls for that. That's crazy. Holy shit. But yeah, guys, the Amazing Spider-Man #1 reboot is stupid. For the reasons I already mentioned. It makes no sense sale-wise. It has no impact sales-wise. The book's always in the top 10, top 5. I don't know what this is for. If it's not a restart, why is it a reboot? Sales-wise, it negates whatever they're thinking about anyway. Oh, this is so stupid. Oh God, Marvel, just stop. Just stop it. Get some help.
They can't.
Holy fuck. You know what?
No, Marvel would have to be sold. Whoever Disney has very particular editors in there. This is it though. It's
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
As long as Sony has owned the film and television rights to Spider-Man, or maybe not quite as long, but just about as long, Marvel has destroyed the character, and they will continue to destroy the character. Maybe when they get it back, but this is the thing: they have fucked the character so much that it's reading it in comics is beyond redemption. What we got from the movies,
it's the same thing.
I could live with
everything again. At the end of the movie, he lost literally everything. He doesn't even get to keep the Peters that he became friends with. What are we doing?
Nope. And that's the thing. In all honesty, if they reboot that, I'm fine, because that wasn't Mary Jane. Give me a Peter Parker with Mary Jane at least.
We're talking about Shaniqua Jane.
Not even that, dude. Like, I'm just sorry. Like, Zendaya is like a tired piece of cardboard. Just stop giving us. I don't care. I'm not interested in her as an actress. She doesn't engage well. She doesn't evoke any sort of thing. I just didn't care because I actually appreciated Tom Holland's representation of it. I loved Michael Keaton's Vulture too. All of this, like all of that stuff. The Sony Spider-Man MCU.
What they do in that movie?
Spider-Man, I enjoyed.
Same bullshit they pulled in that movie. He liked the black girl. I don't know why Tom Holland just loves his Shaniquas. Like, whatever, I guess. They don't even show you in the theatrical version him kissing her because the dad is the villain. Oh, so you can't even get the girl. Oh, fucking hell, Marvel. This guy just can't be happy. He just can't be happy. To be fair, she was black. He didn't be with her anyway. Just pointing out there, black guys can be with white girls. That's how it should work. But, good Lord. Yeah, this is the dumbest fucking thing I have seen Marvel do in so long. This makes no sense at all. But hey, if you like the Amazing Spider-Man run by Zeb Wells, all subjective. More power to you. I only read volume 1. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was good overall. Just for first volume. When I read and review the rest of them, I hope they're as decent. But I'll just have to cross that road I have to cross that bridge when I get to it. Or is it a road? Whatever the saying is. But yes, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. And I'm signing out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.